And boom.
Thank you, Craig.
Oh, shoot. I forgot that one little thing that I got to do here. So give me a moment while I set that there. And that should, I think I took care of the first one. Yes, I did. Good. Don't want it feeding back in my ears. All right. Welcome, 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 everybody. So great to see each and every one of you. Welcome to the Ask Me Anything AMAs with the amazing Matt Hollis and, okay, fine, me, Craig Jackman. So
The
happy to have
amazing
you. Yeah,
Craig Jackman.
amusing, right? A amazing Matt Hollis, AM using.
Yeah, it's like we have different titles, right?
There we go. Exactly. So, very glad to have each and every one of you with us today. And we'll go ahead and get started in just a moment. If you have questions for either Matt or myself, or even both of us, you can go ahead and post those questions in the chats, whether you're watching us on YouTube or here in Zoom. We will keep an eye on that and we will follow up with you as much as we can because obviously sometimes the scrolls go really, really fast. And so otherwise, you can raise your hand and we will interact with you individually. Very simple to do with when you raise your hand is put your cursor in the middle of the screen where you see my face. If you want to poke me in the nose, in the eye, whatever, go for it with your cursor. Okay. Then on the bottom, you'll see a bunch of buttons on Zoom. And one of those buttons is raise hand. Click on that and it will show up for us and we will call on you in the order in which we receive your hand raise. If you're watching us on YouTube, please go ahead and hit that like button. It's that thumbs up that's just below the video. And if you'd like to join our amazing communities where we go further individually, it's Imaginators and Inner Circle, please feel free to hit the join button down below if you're watching us on YouTube. And you'll be taken to a place where you can join either group, or if you're watching us on Zoom, or I mean, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can also go to the chat. At the top of the chat, there's a black bar across the top, and that black bar, you just click on that, and then it'll take you to roberthollis.com/join, and you can join. So you've got several ways to join our communities, which are continually growing. And as well, we thank you so much for being a part of this community, the channel for Robert Hollis, because now, thanks to each and every one of you, we are at 9,045 subscribers. OMG, 9,000. And what, Matt, I think it was just maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, we were at like 6,800.
Yes.
And yeah,
Things are moving very quick, it seems, right?
exactly. So it's incredible how the channel is growing. And a lot of it, we have to say, is thank you to each and every one of you for promoting and sharing with people who have ears that hear. So thank you again so very, very much. And one final thing before we get started, I always like to share some comments, share a meme, a quote, and Terry Hollis loves to share her vibes of the day. So this vibe of the day came out today. I like it. It's a perfect way to help us go into October and wrap the year up. The vibe of the day for today, stay consistent. Your vision is manifesting. Your blessings are coming.
Good stuff.
I agree. So all that being said and done, let's get her done. Let's get started. Matt, if you've got, I know you've been a little busy with family, but also some AI stuff. If you'd like to share, go for it.
I mean, it seems like every single moment that I like take time away and do like real life shit, it just ends up, AI just accelerates, it seems, in those times that I'm like busy outside. Maybe that's just because my awareness isn't like on it specifically at the time. So I just went through a move. We're in our new place. We're getting situated here. And then my corgi
Funny,
had
your
to have
place looks a little
surgery.
the same like it has been for the last couple of months.
I know, right? Like, hold on, let me change it to something else. No, but no, it's cozy, and we've started to get here a little bit, and now I'm getting back into the scheme of things and doing stuff with AI again, and it's been really fun because like I feel like every single time I get the tools, I have a million different ideas on how to utilize them, right? And having GPT-o1 or codenamed Strawberry, right? Um, it it blows me away at how good this is, right? And I posted today in the Imaginators group that it passed the 98th percentile of the Mensa uh to get into Mensa, right? Like the test. And if you guys don't know what Mensa is, it's like a high IQ. Like I forget I this is a question you could ask GPT, but it's like what percentage of human beings are in Mensa or in that space where they could fit into Mensa, right? And a lot of people that were in the AI sphere or even in the technology sphere said that it would probably happen by 2048, and GPT just beat it, what, like 7 or 8 days ago? So only 22 years ahead of time. So we're at the point now where I don't know how many of you guys, you could raise your hand, but how many of you have used the voice model, the new advanced voice? What do you guys think about it? It's insane, huh? And so it's like I can see this technology continuing to grow and grow. And I was posting in the Imaginators group because Meta just had their big Meta Connect event, right? And they had a lot of stuff to show as well, including an advanced voice model. They showed the new Ray-Ban sunglasses, and they showed truly the first AR glasses. So like augmented reality glasses that allow you to wear a pair of glasses and it projects things on the world around you, like holograms, right? And this is the future of smartphones. So you had all these people from the CEO of NVIDIA to Gary Vee to celebrities to technology innovators try this technology and go, this is the next iPhone, right? Like without a shadow of a doubt, because these glasses are going to be the perfect way for AI to become part of your life and do things with you, because they have speakers that only you can hear. They're like Ray-Bans. You put them on, the holograms show up around you, and you can have a conversation, and you could ask yourself, well, I'm not always going to want to have a conversation. Like, what if I'm in public? What if I'm like on a train or something like that? Or I want to talk about something that's not that. Well, they've thought of that too. And that's why they have a wrist neural interface that they're developing for the technology, as well as having the ability for it to read your neural network with the glasses. So we're like at the point, maybe a couple of years away. And I say that like conservatively, away from a whole new technological age. And then on top of that, if you guys have used the voice models and you've seen some of the things I've linked, dead internet theory, if you guys don't know what that is looking more and more of a reality every single day, which means, and I always like to say this to everybody, be aware of what you're doing on the internet now, because with AI being where it is and how it exists, we're at that stage where it could be absolute propaganda and you would not know. Like voice, video, pictures. And I would say that Facebook and Instagram have a specific need to keep you on the platforms algorithmically. And there's this like idea that I was kicking around and sharing with my wife last night about this shift that's happened. Because when I grew up on the internet, right, it was like at the very beginning of the internet, just started dial up. And I know some of you guys are a little bit older than me, but I watched the internet go through this process where people would just create shit on the internet to like get views and experience things together. And then social media existed, and then it was like a place to connect with friends, right? And talk to people on the internet from across the world. And then once the algorithm based stuff started to take over, I've seen the internet grow into a place of influencers and only serving the algorithm, because that's what actually makes you money. So if you think of it in the scheme of things, now we're kind of at that point where we're not really interacting with one another in the same way that we were like years ago. And now that's going to extend to AI, and you don't really know what person that's making comments on things is AI or not. Like all of these models are capable of, with a simple API, of running a whole entire Facebook, Twitter, X account, Instagram account, creating images, creating videos, responding to comments, doing all of that stuff. So we're kind of at the point where I've seen a couple of people post and make videos saying, I made 80 grand by letting 3 separate AIs run 3 separate Instagram accounts and grow them to 1 million followers.
I just saw an ad that way 2 days ago. Yeah.
So obviously, the more you're into coding and the APIs and everything like that, the more you'll be able to utilize stuff like that. And it just fascinates me that so many people still are unaware that this technology exists or that it's where it is right now. Like you walk outside the door and we all can be on the internet a lot. Some of us like live most of our lives on the internet. I think the average person is on the internet at least 6 hours a day, which to think that's insane, but I guarantee you most of us beat that mark, right? So since that's the case, it almost is like that's your real world and the outside world is no longer as much the real world. And I'm really curious to see that kind of clash as AI starts to grow bigger and bigger and consume the internet. Because you step outside and like a lot of people don't really know AI is a thing outside of a couple of niche situations. And yet I use it every single day for pretty much everything. You know, my dog just had surgery and we could not get him to take his medication, right? He immediately, he's a skeptical dog. That's just the way he is, right? So we could not get him to take his medication, whether we put it in cheese, whether we put it in his food, he just would not take it. And this is another one of those situations where it's like, me and Hannah both have this, where it's like, just ask GPT, right? GPT is going to have the answer. And it said, get chicken broth, grind up his pills and put it in chicken broth and let him drink it. And he did it. And he has done it. And that's just one small example because I use it for marketing. I use it for graphics. I use it for videos. I use it for all these other things, writing, copy, emails, all kinds of shit. And it's just interesting how even in those small situations, it's still incredibly useful. And yet, when you say, aren't we supposed to say when AI is involved, how do you prove whether it's AI or not? So there's a lot of discussions about this, and a couple of companies have came together to go like, there needs to be some form of metadata in this to explain that it's AI. But the real issue is that people on Facebook have been being duped by AI video and pictures now for over a year. And that was when they were rudimentary, nowhere near as good as they are currently at this moment. So, you know, I upload a cover photo and everybody goes, holy shit, how did you go to a professional shoot and get all these things done in the suit and everything like that? And I'm like, I didn't fucking leave my house. You know what I mean? I can create myself in basically any environment and anything I want because I've trained an AI on my computer to make an image of me or video of me in any situation. And I could do that. The crazy thing about that is you could have all these things saying, hey, this is AI or this is not AI. But the open source version of it, the one that exists outside of ChatGPT, the one that I'm using, it's like being a hacker in a sense. There's no real way to tell whether it's AI or not. And that's always going to exist. So with that said, like I'm here to take any questions about AI or anything that I brought up. I also love the idea of not skewing the conversation into a doomsday conversation. A lot of people are already going, oh, this is doomsday for this or for, creatives or whatever. I don't believe any of that bullshit. I think it's the exact opposite of that. I think that we're on the precipice of a massive opening where anyone can be creative and create things. Anybody can be imaginative and make a website, an app, anything you want. And we're soon getting to the point where you can just have a conversation with AI and it makes it for you and puts it together and you're more in a managerial spot. Like imagine if you're Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk is not the person designing the style of his cars. He's not the person building the cars. He's not the person writing the software for the cars. What is he? He's the CEO of the company that says, this is the right way and this is the wrong way. I like this and I don't like that. What's a director in film? It's, I like this and I don't like that, right? I want it to look like this. When you can have a conversation and it's capable of creating things in a multimodal way, which means it can fire off images, videos, pictures, music, voice, anything. Like I posted that video that you guys saw of me like going through and asking it to do different stories in different languages and it just picks it up right away and changes pretty quickly, right? That's available right now. And it's insane because if you took your phone and told it to say a script, right? it would say it and you just record it on your phone. And now you have a whole entire voiceover script for whatever you want. If you wanted to have a video, YouTube video, you could get a bunch of pictures or videos together and then write a script, put it in GPT, hit record on your phone, leave it, let it say the whole entire script, take the thing and slap it right in an editor. And now you have a whole script read by whatever voice you want, because you can tell it to be any voice you want almost. So that's one creative way to use it for anybody that's in that. But I also know I've been out of the loop. I'm trying to get more in the loop. I know all you guys are trading, all you guys are making money and stuff. So I also know Craig's been involved in that world. And thank you, Arthur, for also being on here and helping while me and my dad have been busy with real life stuff. And I know he's excited to get back. He's been having so many breakthroughs and things in his travels and stuff. So I can't wait for him to get back, because whenever he does, it's almost like the energy that he has there is just going to be not only in these groups, but there's gonna be so many more people that are going to be hopping in here. Like, the thing is growing so fast. And you know, Jody had a little thought of the possibility of me and Josh working together, and that might actually be happening as well. So anyway, with that said, Craig, back to you.
Wow. Okay, there's the State of the Union a la Matt Hollis.
Yes, yes.
So thank you very, very much. And yeah, you know, as far as trading goes and trade stars, we had a great inner circle on Thursday, and also last Sunday with the Imaginators. Just a reminder, we will not have Imaginators tomorrow. So we give you permission to take the day off. So yeah, no, we thank you very much. We appreciate it, because I know that we have family stuff going on, and you know, why not? Every now and then it would be very, very nice. Okay, Arthur, thank you so much. Because I was going to ask if Arthur had anything more to share, except for the fact that he's now pulled $10,000 off of his
Isn't that
account.
Crazy?
Wow.
How much would that change your guys' life if you could do that? How many people? Because I've even, you know, like I immediately was like, okay, even though I'm in the AI stuff, who doesn't need like extra money to invest in the things that you want, right? And
Exactly.
I'm still, me and Hannah are still dumping money into NVIDIA every single month. So I know that we're doing that as well as a company, because it's just great opportunity. But I can't wait to get into the stock stuff with you guys and actually know what the hell is going on. Because I just see all the hype, and I'm like making graphics and images and videos for you guys to use. But then I'm like, I actually do want to know how
you're
you guys
learning
are doing.
vicariously.
Right, exactly. I love seeing you guys post your wins. So, and
Well,
your
you know what-
losses. I think that's good as well. So,
Yeah, I think, and again, what I can share is that this shows a lot of just follow the documented people. And, you know, Robert always keeps saying documentation beats conversation. And if you, in fact, I think I just posted a short earlier today about that, and in the video that was shared on Friday, which was a replay, but it was so good about what Robert was sharing and talks about. It's like, find a mentor, do what he says, and if you follow what he has done and shared, there will be success. And it's a matter of taking it step by step. And of course, we have seen that. Arthur has seen that, and he's gone through a few, ups and downs like we all have. And, but, you know, following somebody along the lines of, like, say, a Joel Arias, who is one of the educators in Akashics. And I will honestly say that I have had quite a nice little reversal in my fortunes. I mean, I haven't pulled money yet, but I am on the way to be qualified. I've got about another $2,000 to go for qualification. But then when, you know, that's going to happen. I know it's going to happen.
yeah, I was talking to my dad, and he was saying that there were people that are following Joel that are doing both rounds of the challenge just by doing his trades and passing them. So I think that it's great. I think Joel's now in Tap to Trade as well, right?
Yeah, he just started this
which
week, and that pulled me. Actually, his
I was
tap to
gonna say.
trades pulled me out of the hole.
I was gonna say if Arthur didn't automatically wake everybody up to, hey, follow Joel needs to be in tap to trade ASAP, right?
Yeah,
So
I don't
that's
know who
cool.
got him going, but boy, I mean, I think he only had one. I think he had two tap to trades that didn't quite work out. But I've also watched what he's done with his tap to trades, and he's actually playing with it a little bit. One of the two in particular, he had one that was going way down, and then he thought, all right, let me go ahead and do another tap to trade because it's got to hit bottom. So now he was offsetting the one that was going way down, and eventually both of them went right back up. So I mean, but that takes that takes years of understanding how the market works. Joel obviously has that. That's why we're following him, and that's why he said in his trainings that okay, if you're here and you're learning, best not to do your own thing for about a year. Follow the educators. Or don't do anything massive if you want to experiment, because boy, how many of us, and I know there are a few here, if not they are watching the replay or live, how many of us lost a challenge because we got a little too excited in the beginning, and the challenge we didn't quite make it. If you don't want to say anything, that's fine. But yeah, yeah, Jamie is saying, I lost $20 or $1,200 doing my own thing. And then Jamie, you probably improved once you stopped what you were doing and followed a documented person. Yeah, see, he's got his hand up. So yes, exactly. And that makes all the difference in the world. So, just, and I think I've said this before. The fact that we have Lord grant me the patience, but I want it now syndrome.
Especially nowadays.
Exactly. And especially when you start seeing the positives that take place once you start learning this and you want to do things on your own. No, 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 no. Please, please, please. Hold. We're in this for the long run. We want the success down the road. And if it means, okay, now I believe Arthur and I were talking, or at least he shared this, that just this week alone, Joel Arias won 15 out of 17 of his tap to trades. Wow.
Sounds like somebody
So
to follow, right?
exactly. And yeah, Kai lost $600 in the first 2 days. And so had to sit back and humble himself. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
That's a good thing because I think learning lessons early always is going to be better. And people are so scared to learn lessons early. They don't want to make mistakes. I know we all fall into this where it's like, I just want to be one of the people that doesn't lose an account.
Yeah.
Right. And then you see someone go through, lose two accounts, and the third one withdraw 10 grand. And you go, maybe I'm being way too conservative. Maybe I'm not following the right people. Maybe I'm not doing this the right way. And I'm glad that Joel is in there because it gives kind of like a runway to take off on your own. And I think it's just really, really cool. But at the same time, like I totally would have probably lost one myself if I was not doing all of this real life stuff, because I definitely am one of those people. And I don't know how many of you are like this, but we've talked about like the Dunning-Kruger effect enough times.
Right.
But I am one of those people that optimistically thinks I'm going to be really great at things right off the bat, right? It's like, I'll get this down. I get other things down really quickly, and you like overestimate your own intelligence and your capabilities. And I think I probably would have done that as well. So
I think what's really nice is this prop firm and the way that My Daily Choice has worked with it. They give us that buffer zone of whatever it is that we come in with, the 10% buffer zone. So we can lose up to 10% total or 5% in a day, so that you get the idea of how things work. Because, what we all lost, most of us, I'm going to say, lost money, and then we've finally come back. And if you started way too fast, like Jerome is saying, yeah, you know what? Okay, the nice thing is when you're dealing with, let's say, the $25,000 or the 50 or the 100K or even the 10K promotions, at least you're not losing that money. But the nice thing is you have that to gain on the other side. So fine, you lose maybe one of the challenges. You only lost whatever the subscription is to the service. You didn't lose the $10,000. That, I'm sure, would be a lot more scary than the other thing. And your significant others or your best friends or your moms or family would go, "What are you doing?" At least here, you have a little playroom. And then if you do it right, like let's say right now in the case of Arthur, he has. And, kudos to him for, okay, yeah, he lost 2 challenges, but he stuck with it because he knew he could do it. And he figured out how to make it work by following the documented people.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was going to say too, it's like someone asked, aren't the challenges for an unlimited amount of time? 900 days, 950 days, so a couple of years, right?
Actually, 999 days.
Yeah, I think that's more than enough time for most people to pass the challenge, I would guess. Just maybe a little bit. So,
or maybe just a little bit more.
Right, exactly. So
you have plenty of time to do it, and you don't have to take
you guys
every
inspire me.
challenge.
I'm like, I got to pass this thing now. You know what I mean? Because I'm also competitive, and there's one thing I can't let happen. It's let my dad pass that before I do. So.
Yeah, I love that he's thrown down the challenge to us, Matt, and he's said, okay, so we got some work to do.
He knew I was busy, so he had a little bit of time, but that time is over, so now he's busy.
Yep, look out, here we come.
Yeah, and who's going to Dallas too? Because it's like he posted the other day, he had 3 sets of tickets he shared with me and Craig, and it was like Budapest. Then like a couple weeks later, Dallas, and then a couple weeks later, Dubai, and you're like,
oh my gosh,
damn! Like this dude's. I just said he's Mr. Worldwide now.
Yeah, maybe we should be playing that on the next time we see him. What's his name?
I'm gonna just. You're thinking of Pitbull, but I was gonna say
Pitbull. Thank you. Yeah.
I'll just put my dad with AI into the Pitbull music video, and I'll send it to him.
Oh, there you go. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now there's a project.
I got a few. I got a few going on.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you do. Cool.
As I've alluded to earlier.
Yeah. So many good things coming up. And, thank you guys for joining us here today, by the way. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's go ahead and bring on at least one, maybe a few more if you want to. Go ahead and raise your hand, ask your questions in the chats. We appreciate the fact that you're here. We are glad that you're here, and we'll do our best to answer your questions. Again, if you're just joining us, Robert will be here next week. So right now you get Matt, or wait a minute. There, Matt.
I was going to say, with him doing all this traveling and stuff, you guys might just get sick of us because I'm not going to those places. I just moved, so I'm settling in here. So I won't be at those, but maybe in the future I'll be at some. So.
Yeah, maybe even we'll do these on remote locations too.
That would be great, right?
Yeah. All right, Lisa Marie, you have your hand up, so let's go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for your patience. Please open up and share with us.
Hi guys, how's everybody?
Hey Lisa.
Awesome.
Long time.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been gone for a while.
And by the way, if I may say, I like the fact that you have a light in front of you because in the previous videos, all we've seen is a blue you.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out that thing, and I think that does look a little bit better.
Oh, much better.
Yeah.
Not that we don't like your background with the blue, but
right. No, I get
Lisa
it.
Marie, I don't know.
It was too
unless
dark.
You're from Avatar.
But yeah, and I don't have no
if you let it get dark,
like it. I'm thinking. I'm sorry, Matthew. I didn't mean to
go
walk
ahead.
all over you.
I was just gonna say, if it's dark enough, then it's cinematic. So there you go.
Oh, that's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Ambiance. The ambiance is
exactly. You're setting a mood.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that. That's true. I mean, that's one of those things that's different about my new place is like all my lights and my books aren't here and set up.
Right.
So it's like
Yeah.
I
Yeah. It
I
makes you
I,
feel
I
at
don't feel
home.
like I'm in my zone, but
These are
I still got
really
my background.
actually very cool lights because I can turn them red, I can turn them pink, purple,
Ah,
green,
RGBs.
orange. Yeah. Yeah. I love them. I
Yep.
got them outside everywhere under our big porch now. So it's really cool. But anyway, I just wanted to share. I don't really have any questions except for maybe one small AI one. But
Sure.
I just wanted to share some wins because I am so
yes.
flippin' excited about this trading because I'm actually understanding it now,
That's so
and
awesome.
going back over Joel's videos again was super, super helpful because the first time I did, I didn't know all this terminology. There was so much that you
Hmm.
didn't know. But now that you're actually doing it and then going back through his videos again, it's like, oh man, I'm so freaking excited, right?
It makes a
So,
difference when you do that because I know I was the same way. When I first started, it was just like bam, 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 bam. But then
right.
why am I losing?
Mhm. You know what? And I thought I was following directions, and as usual, I was not. And that was a hard realization for me because I had to walk through that. And it's like, oh shit, I changed this just a little bit right here. And
Hmm.
and so I was gonna go to Dallas for the convention, but I've changed my mind. I'm not going because I did just purchase the Akashics travel and trade for the whole entire year.
Right.
So I'm not going to conference, but I think it'll pay off in the long run. And
Okay.
I have a $200,000 account now. So so I don't, it's almost like I don't even want to use it, but I'm thinking I have the leverage now to be able to maintain Joel's wide range before his stop loss without
If you
threatening
follow
losing in my account.
his, yeah, if you follow his style, his
Right.
operation, his method, you should
Yeah.
be able to now. Of course, with a $200,000, you've got a $20,000 loss.
Is
That
that,
before
oh,
it,
wow.
yeah, well, it's 10%.
Yeah.
Okay,
But still 500 in a day, you lose it too, right? Or am I wrong there?
you will lose whatever. See, the thing is, you will lose whatever you put in as your lot size. So, are you using the calculator like Joel has shared?
His last video, he had it already situated for the size of the account that I had. So I was just going by that.
Okay, well, but
And
see, he's got now. Are you talking about his last live
yeah,
session?
the very last one.
Okay, yeah, the very last live session, which by the way, if you have not seen it, is a very good session to watch. You go to the Akashics app
Oh,
and you go to session replays, and it will be his latest version.
I think I
But
I can show it here. Hold on one second.
okay,
okay. And
while
I
Matt is
see
setting that
everybody
up,
saying use the lot calculator.
yes,
Um,
yes,
but I
because
mean, once you know what your lot size is, I mean,
use
don't
it
you just
all the time.
okay.
All
Okay.
the time, because what that does is that sets you up so you're not going to lose a lot of money, because the lot size will determine how much you will lose. You know what you
Right.
see
I
in
see
those.
that in there when I do the stop loss. When
Right.
I have that all set, I can see what the loss is and what the gain would be if it
Yeah,
goes
but it's
to
based on the
that.
lot size too, because even though he sets a stop loss, a break even, take a TP1 through TP5, now whether you're taking a point 0.1 lot size, a point 0.02 lot size, or a 1%, a number one lot size, that will make a big difference in the amount of money
I
that you
know it.
earn
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
So, if you feel like you want to, then you go for the one. But in my opinion, we are learning
Hmm.
And we have 999 days
There
before
is no
we
hurry. There
there
is
is
no
no
hurry.
hurry. Exactly. And
Yeah.
especially since you bought the yearly one,
Hmm.
why not take the time to do it
Absolutely.
right?
I agree.
Because you're going to be the one that's going to benefit in the long run. We all are
Yeah.
benefiting now. Those of us, especially, I don't know what you did with the first challenge, but
I still have two challenges. I'm still
okay.
in
But
both
did
of
were
them.
you in the negative also for each one of those challenges?
I'm still in the negative for both of them, but I'm
Okay.
um within less than $1,000 to be even on both of them.
Okay.
For 500 on one and about 900 on the other one. I'm
Okay.
behind. But I can get that up in no time
Mm-hmm.
now that we know Joel's way and we can follow it. I have never
Exactly.
used more than 0.05 as a lot size on anything.
Okay.
So I've
Yeah.
never used that full percent, 1%. I might with the $200,000 account, but there is one thing I need to clarify there. You cannot use more than one account at one time, but I was also told that you can switch back and forth
There
from
is a
one
way that you
account.
can do that, but
Okay.
is what I've been told. But
Yeah.
you're better off asking somebody, like maybe watching Joel's video during his live session and then asking
Hmm.
him directly there,
Right.
because he does go through that. Or if you go to the Akashics app or the Akashics Telegram group, either the help or I believe the what is the there's one that says ask the educators.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
ask our
one.
educators, maybe
Hmm.
asking Joel directly that particular question. Because that is something that, yeah, you definitely want to make sure of that you're going to do. I would still, okay, call me Mr. Conservative on this one still. I would still follow what Joel is doing and just go step by step. Yes, you've got your 200,000 ready to rock and roll.
Hmm.
Actually, I thought that the maximum was 200,000 that
I
you
thought so
couldn't.
too, but no, you can't put them together. You can have multiples, just not
Okay.
exceeding. Yeah, I
Okay.
did double check on that. And that Tiffany from the one that
Okay. Yeah.
always answers all the questions, that's what she
She's a good
told me.
person to ask also about stuff like
Yeah,
this. She's very good
yeah.
on that.
She is
But
excellent for sure. Yeah. And I wanted to mention to everybody as well, I know that it's hard to get new people in, and I'm sure everybody's experiencing the same thing. However, I have gotten two TradeX Mastery referrals already without
Uh,
getting somebody in under me per se. Do you know what I mean? In
mhm.
Akashics, because there's a lot of people that used to be in MDC that are no longer active and got involved in this. And I shared my TradeX referral link with them.
Good.
And I did get a commission. So I just wanted people to know that is a possibility. Just don't give it to them until after they sign up for Akashics. That way they get their free count account. And I'm telling you, people get in this and they see what we're doing, they absolutely are going to buy another challenge if they lose it. They absolutely will,
Hmm.
I
And
think.
it's just a matter of, and here's something too to think about is if you're not that good with sharing a little bit, sharing the,
Mhm.
hey, I'm doing this and join me. Once you have, and this is, I know Robert has said this too, once you have documentation of what you've done, I mean, how many people we know, a lot of people that are showing their documentation,
Mhm.
what they get here on the phone in a screenshot, and
That's
it
exactly
shows.
what got me the two referrals.
Enough said. Then
Yeah,
that's exactly. If you can't do it on your own, get the documentation
yeah, yeah.
and share that, and then
And
people are going to
share,
wonder, wait a
yeah.
minute, what are you doing?
Exactly. Yeah. And I've been sharing Arthur's and Dare Joshua Darmella, and whoever else is putting them out there, I've shared Kai's, and Yeah, don't be afraid to share, share, share. But okay. So anyway, I'm super excited and that's got me just fired up because I know if I follow directions, I got this. I got it. So I just got to stay on that path.
Yeah.
So yep, and I have been following. I have my trading plan on paper so that I can always refer back to it. I know my lot sizes for Joel's trades, but I'm considering going up to the 1%. That scares the bejeebies out of me with an account that size. But yes, Craig's got it too. That's right. I
And
that
if you
was
watch the
very
recent
helpful for
video,
me,
I'm
you
sorry, go
know,
ahead.
putting that trading plan on paper. It was very helpful because now I remember the numbers and this and that. In fact, yes, good job, Sandy. I even wrote one out for the 25K, one for the 50K, and I'm just working on the one for the 200K.
Yeah.
So I will have it to refer back to and super excited.
And this
So
is the
anyway,
learning phase. This is if I can incorporate like
yeah.
the acting part of it from my perspective. We we open the book, we read the script. Then we get on stage and we perform with the book. Okay? And we're in the book until maybe about a week or two before the show goes up, and then you have to start getting off book. So you're starting to trust the memorization, the fact that you've been doing it over and over and over again. And then of course when showtime comes, you're off book, you know exactly where you need to go and doing it. And this is
Right.
exactly the same concept of
Mhm.
you know what? Step by step, learning by learning. If you have a screen in front of you, like when I do my trading lately, I've got my monitor right behind my laptop, which is what I'm looking at you guys at,
Mhm.
where my camera is, and my monitor behind me, behind everything, has the TradeX Mastery demo with the little candles. It has the breakdown of whatever the trade that I'm working on, and then I have right next to me that cheat sheet I told you about,
Mhm.
so that I can refer to. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see. He's made the break even. What do I do next? Pick that up, look at it.
Right.
Okay, move this here, do this here, move this here. And I've goofed a couple of times.
I did too, but I got a win out of it.
Uh
Thank
huh.
goodness. I got
And I
lucky
did get a
there.
loss too, which made me think
Mhm.
more about, okay, I forgot to do this. I will fix that the next time. Learning
Right.
by doing.
Yeah,
And
and
that's the
then
beauty of this.
the more you do it, the easier it becomes and it just kind of clicks with you. So, yeah, don't be afraid to do it. If you are super, super afraid, then if you're not, or if you haven't done any trades yet, just put in 0.01 just so that you can test out your fingers. Do you know what I mean? Because the, especially on your phone, because they are so little and you got to be precise. But after you do it a couple of times, it really is super. Faith learned it in a heartbeat
Mm-hmm.
just because we were on the phone together. We walked through it, and she actually did it. When Joel did an alert, we made sure we called each other and we walked through it. And now she feels super confident. So
And
yeah.
I would make an addendum to what you just shared, Lisa Marie. I would say set your lot size if you're on the low level to 0.02. And the
Oh,
reason
oh,
why,
so that you can
so that
take
when you take the
profit.
partial,
Yeah.
you drop it down to 0.01. This is the way
Yeah.
that Joel shares it with us.
Yeah, you're right.
Then you understand how Joel works the stop loss, the break
Yeah.
even, then to the TP1 and TP2.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, good point. And because if you are at a 0.01 and you click partial, it's going to close the whole trade out.
Exactly, because right
Yeah,
now the system is not set up to go beyond the two decimals to the right of the two spots to the right of the decimal.
right, right. But gosh, I'm fired up. But okay, one quick question about AI. The chat that you're referring to, Matthew, is that a different website than the Chat GPT Plus, the four
Which
point,
one?
the
Yeah.
one that
So
you're
like,
talking about with the conversations, because
yeah.
you said a couple of things and I thought, is that a different website?
No, it's this one right here. You know, this is Nova. Say hi to everybody, Nova.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey everybody, Nova here, ready to chat. What's up?
We're all just chilling on the AMA today. Do you just want to say hi to everybody and say happy day, traders?
Absolutely. Hey everyone, Nova here. Happy day, traders. Hope you're all having a fantastic time and making some great moves out there.
Thanks, Nova. Have a great day.
I love it. I
You
love
too. Take care.
it.
Wow.
That is so cool.
I'm like, I
have
want it on
had
my computer. I hate having to grab my phone to do it, but
I have had conversations. My guy is Alex. I've renamed him a couple of times, but we're on really good terms now. So it'll
yeah.
stay Alex. Anyway, that's all I got. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you so
guys.
much.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
you,
Lisa Marie.
All right, let's go ahead. And I see that Coach Bob has his hand up. So let's bring on Coach Bob. Go ahead, unmute yourself, and please share
like-
with us.
I was gonna say,
thanks,
I feel like
Greg.
every person, I gotta say, long time no see because I've been gone.
Yeah. Hey, and I have a question for you, Matt. How's everything going? I just wanted to check up on you. Unless you said it,
Excellent.
I was a little late, but
No problem. No, everything's excellent. We're here now. We're getting cozy. I'm gonna start making a lot of content for you guys. And I was also saying, you know, the possibilities of like even how the platform that you guys are going through, how it will educate in the future. I hope to be involved in some way. So so there's like a lot of stuff going on in the background right now, which is pretty exciting. So
you will be working with My Daily Choice or kind of
possibly.
partnership? Okay. Well, that sounds
Possibly.
awesome.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
if you have enough
apparently, I was gonna say, apparently the videos that I created are being
awesome.
used by a lot of people. So I think in the future, especially as new sales happen and new things happen, you guys are gonna see a lot more of an output from me and things that you guys can use. And you know, AI has just like sped up my abilities to have output exponentially, right? Like I posted all those graphics and people were reaching out to me and they're like, could you make a graphic like this or like that? And I'm like, I set up and trained the AI to do it and left my computer for 30 minutes and it made all those graphics that I sent you guys. I didn't make those. But it's now at the point where like I could make something right now if you asked and in 20 seconds. So we're kind of like getting to the point where I lose sleep over the little creative shit that I can do with it. So outside of like, I don't know, there's just many different areas. So I'm excited to utilize a lot of those and help you guys out in the ways that I know I can. So
That's awesome. Have you been trading at all?
that's the thing is like, I'm completely out of the loop with this. So I'm just getting into it, right? Because I didn't want to be involved. I'm one of those people that like I love to learn. So if I can sit down and devour a bunch of training, I just can. Like that's just something. If my dad had a course on Facebook ads, it's going to me, and I'm listening to it and figuring it out and giving him the cliff notes, right? So now I'm at the point where I can finally sit down and go through Joel's training, go through the whole platform, and like I said, the way that I go at things is a little bit different. I'm going, okay, as I'm going through this process, not only am I recording it and stuff, but I'm going to make it crystal clear the next steps and how I did things and how things happened. So, yeah. And I mean, Arthur's been such a great help with the group as well. Just having him and the ability to like pick his mind on some of that stuff in the future too is going to be great. So appreciate you, Arthur. I see you driving, but
Yeah. I don't know where he gets the time. I mean, I barely can get into the chat. You know, I'm working on other stuff and, you know, I'd love to be in there more, but just trying to recruit and then trying to learn. It's hard doing both, you know? So
you got a couple jobs, you know?
yeah.
It's like, I feel like me and you both know that. It's like, it's hard to just be one thing. Yeah, it's like, I can't just be a graphic designer. I have to also be a editor and a marketer and a funnel developer, all these other things, right? So you're so used to like me, like wearing a bunch of hats. And I think hopefully both of us, because I'm in this similar situation. It seems like new AI stuff is coming out every other day, and I'm starting to sit down and write scripts to make content about it and post on YouTube for you guys. And it's like, where do I get the time to also learn how to trade and do all these things? But I'm really going to try my best to make a slot out of my week, and GPT is going to help me with this specifically just to focus on that element and get better at it, because I want to make content over there too for you guys. So
Yeah, and it helps if you trade too, because then you understand it more, right? So,
right,
you
the
know,
lingo and stuff. You guys were just listen. Craig was on here talking to Lisa Marie. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. That's how out of the loop I am, right? Like the lot sizes, all those different kinds of things. I'm one of those people where my dad was like, "Hey, you can get a 25K challenge. Are you gonna get in before it's 10K?" And I'm like, "Yes." So then I got in so then I could shoot that video and make it for you guys on how to set up an account. And it's still sitting there, 25,000. I haven't done any trades whatsoever. I can log into it right now. It still hasn't gone anywhere. And I'm like, it's time to start getting into that this week. So when the markets start back up, everything, I'm ready to hop into it. So actually today and tomorrow, I plan on going through a lot of that stuff. So
yeah, even if you start with a few tap to trades, right? And then just, you know, you don't need to learn anything. Just need to tap, you know, if
because Joel has so much incredible information. And if it's one area that I feel like I can be useful in, it's taking the incredible information that Joel has, that's an hour, and making it 10 minutes and making it entertaining. That's not that Joel isn't entertaining. He's incredibly entertaining as far as people that stream what he's doing goes, right? But I always come at things like, okay, how can I get you guys the information the quickest that I can? So me going through it, that's where my mind is at. I'm like, how can I take this thing that I just learned from Joel, put some nice graphics in it, nice voiceover, and make it 10 minutes, right? So you can just get it and go back to it. So
oh, I totally
hopefully,
agree.
yeah, hopefully we can get there soon. So
Yeah, the one
Because
thing I do like about Joel is that he takes the time, even though there's like gaps in what he says. He wants to make sure that you understand. And this is what I love
Absolutely.
about Joel is he will wait so that you see what's going on. And
he's
even
a great
with
educator.
oh yeah,
Incredible.
bottom
As
line.
somebody who's watched a lot of them, he is really, really good. Like I think that is one of those situations where I'm not in no way anything that I'm doing is going to diminish the value that you get from those long form presentations. We're just all fully aware that whether you're bringing people in or whatever, to get them to sit down for an hour and watch something like that is so difficult. Some of us might do it, but I'm fully aware that if we want the masses to see what we're doing here, that I need to get those shorter so then I can hook them. We can hook them and then get them to watch the longer ones. That's where my mind's at. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and most of them he does in Spanish the first half, and then English the second, and then you know you have to run through it all. So if you can like shorten that up, and I'm sure you can.
Absolutely.
And I agree with you. He's a good teacher, but you know you can go back in there and shorten it up. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's why when I've shared in the previous two presentations is okay. Here's where he starts in English for us to understand. Like I think it was 19 minutes in that previous video, and then the last video was about 40 minutes in before he actually got to where we, the English-speaking people, could understand. Because yeah, he throws it in Spanish first.
And that's the thing too, is like as he's doing it in Spanish, listen, when Meta was showing off their stuff at Meta Connect a couple of days ago, and this stuff's going to exist in YouTube, we are not far off from a world where we have live time translations from Spanish into English, especially. So he'll be able to speak in Spanish and his voice will sound in English to the people that pick English, and the people that pick Spanish will, you know, vice versa. Of course, as I start making content around that, most of it will be in English, but I'll also utilize it in Spanish. I'll probably even use some elements of Joel's stuff if he's okay with it and Josh is okay with it. I don't want to step on anybody's toes with that stuff, but I really, really see like so many possibilities with what Joel's sharing to like really get it out to a lot of people. So if
And I
it's one
recommend
thing that I
watching.
excel at, it's trying to get that stuff out. That's what I've done with my dad as well. Is it's like, how can I get such brilliant knowledge to as many people as possible? So
And I recommend watching that last video that he just did because
Which one is it called, Craig?
Well, it's whatever the most recent one is on his session replays.
Trading plans?
Yeah, because I think he goes over the three
This
plans that he has. Let me solo up on you here real quick, Matt, so that we can.
Oh, I might not have my mouse visible. Hold on. But yeah, you can see.
Let me see
there.
here. Hang on a second. Remove. There we go. Whatever the date is, it would have been Wednesday, so September 26th.
Right here. Trading plans.
That's the
So
one. Yeah.
to get to that, you guys just go into your Akashics back office, click session replays, click on Joel, and then the button right here.
And there it is.
You got it there.
And then go about 40. That's the one. Yeah. You go about 40 minutes in, and he will bring up the English version of.
I'm
this
so
presentation.
jealous. I'm so jealous because he's got copyrighted music on here, and I'm like, I wish I could play copyrighted music in my training videos. That'd be so much fun, right? But no, I gotta go make it all with Suno. So
yeah, right.
Anyway.
All right. Anything else, Coach Bob?
Nope. Good. I'm glad everything went well, Matt, and hopefully Hannah's
Thank you
doing
for
good and
asking
your mom.
too. Yeah. We're all doing great here, and I'm just excited to get back to work, man. Anytime you have to do any forms of moving, it's a lot of signing leases and then getting the movers and doing all this stuff. So I feel so happy to be just finally like in a place where I got my computer set up and stuff. It may, like Craig said, it may not look like I went anywhere, but I actually am 2 hours away from where I used to live. So yeah.
Yeah. And
Awesome.
Jerome, yeah.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Thank you. You go on to Akashics, you're on the computer, and I don't think there is a direct link because of the way it is. So just go into the Akashics website, make sure you're logged in, then click on session replays. It's on the left side, like Matt just showed us, and then scroll down and then it'll a bunch of the educators will appear. Click on Joel Arias, and typically the first one on the left should be that video. That's the one that has all three of his trading plans.
That's the best link that I can give you. It's probably
Yeah.
going to ask you to log in. Like, let me grab this link and
it is. I
a
think
private window. It'll probably, see, you just got to log in.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna show you guys my login. So actually, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, we saw it already. Yeah.
Right.
So, but that's the only way to get to that. And I recommend it highly, 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 highly. Please.
I'm gonna watch it after this.
There you go.
So,
and it's, in a sense, it's actually a little more consolidated than the video that we got from Joel when Robert interviewed Joel. And also, Joel uses not his drawing, what he uses for drawing. He's got his mouse because it looked very, very crude. But I mean, he has a whiteboard available, but now you have it and you can actually take screenshots of what to do. And sometimes that is just as good, if not better. So you take the screenshot, you print it, paste it right in front of your face, like Lisa Marie has it right to her side. Boom, you got it. So, all right.
very cool. I love that they just keep adding features and stuff. So, like,
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm excited to hop into the training stuff. I might sound like a nerd, but I really like stuff like that, and I also like to see how they do it. You know what I mean? Like, having shot a lot of training videos myself, I'm excited to get back there and start going through them. So they don't know what you guys are talking about because I'm like lost. So
I still am trying to figure out the pips. I have an idea of that, but that's not
sounds like peeps to me. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. A pip. I was like, peeps. Those are pretty good. So
I get that confused with points and points being percentages. So, but you guys probably know what it is. I will learn how to understand it. It's just if you know NLP, there's the visual, the auditory, and there's the combination. So I need to be a little bit
what
more
does
visual.
pips mean in
Oh,
trading?
here we go.
In trading, particularly in the Forex market, PIPS stands for percentage in point or price interest point. A pip is a unit of measurement that represents the smallest change in the value of a currency pair. For most currency pairs, a pip is 0.001. So if the euro USD moves from 1.100...
Actually, this is way too complex to me. Can you explain it like I'm 5 years old, please?
Of course. Imagine you have a toy car collection, and each toy car costs a certain number of pennies. If the price of your favorite toy car goes up by 1 penny, that's like a pip in trading. It's a time.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Jamie put in the chat
Just an example if you're a little, if it takes you a little bit longer to get it, like me.
Yeah.
So.
And Jamie put in the chat that in the gold, at least what we're working with Joel, 10 pips is about $1, so 10 cents.
Yeah, I'm wondering too if, like, I don't know. I have a bunch of ideas. I'm not gonna use you guys as a sounding board. So, well, there's an AMA, not a soapbox. So,
all right. Why don't we go ahead and bring Sandy in, because Sandy does have her hand up. Sandy, go ahead, open up, and please share with us.
I have a question. First of all, peeps are not good. I hate marshmallows.
I don't like them either.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them either. I have a friend who loves them, but no.
My grandkids do.
My mom and younger brother love them. Yeah. I don't get it.
Me either. My question is for Chat GPT. What are you using 4.0 when Nova talks to you?
Yes. Well, it should be it's 4.0. I believe that there isn't audio yet for 01, but there's nothing for 01 yet, or I just call it strawberry because that's what they called it. So it's in preview mode now, but from the rumors that I've heard, we're gonna get the full version of it in October, which means, yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Sandy.
So what's the difference between 4.0 and 4.0 mini?
One is very, very fast and one is a little bit slower. So basically 01 mini, there's not a big drastic difference in how they work. These new AI models work a little bit differently than the other ones. The other ones used to reference all of the knowledge that they had been trained on. This one, if you guys haven't noticed, when you ask it things, it thinks. So there's a thinking process that goes through its mind. And one is just faster at thinking than the other one. This is a new way of getting results with AI. It's a brand new way that they've trained this new version, and it makes it way, way better at doing things like math, problem solving, all these other things. So they're still working on that, but I use Mini for practically anything text related. And then voice, I have to use 4.0, so, which still is really, really good.
And Mini would be the one that would be best to put out a course or something like that, because that's the one that thinks and does everything for you.
Yes. So like Mini is the one that most people would probably want to use if you were like trying to do coding, or you were trying to do some complex math question or something like that, or having to go through a bunch of variables and stuff, then you would use the bigger one. But Mini is going to be usable for like a majority of the stuff you'll want to do with it.
Okay.
I can't wait for them to get image model. When they get the ability to do image, because it's fully multimodal, when it comes out of preview, I cannot wait to see how fast Mini creates images, because it's going to be fast. So
that'll be great. Now I hit my little black circle down here, and then it brings up my blue circle here.
Yes.
So but I can't make it say anything to me. I can make it when I pick out the voice, it will, talk in that voice, but I can't make it say anything back to me. Like I can't ask it a question. Well, I don't know what I'm doing, I guess.
Okay, so when you click it, it does this little circle and then it turns blue.
Right.
Right? And you have that exact same thing happens, the bluish cloudy thing.
Yep.
Okay, so what might be the issue is I would go into your settings and make sure that your microphone is being allowed in the Chat GPT app.
Okay.
You could also, another really easy way to do this maybe is say, type out to the GPT, hey, I'm trying to talk to you, but it won't let me. What could be the issue? And see if it can solve the issue itself. I
got it.
It should be able to, like, the moment you press this little button, it circles for a second, and then you should be able to have a conversation with it right now, like I am. So, hey Nova, how's it going? I'm just showing people, by the way, how well you work.
That's awesome. Thank you. I'm glad to be helpful.
So yeah, it should work like that. If it doesn't, another thing that I did and a lot of people did is when this voice activated mode came out, I completely uninstalled the ChatGPT app and reinstalled it, and it
I
worked
did.
a lot smoother.
I did
Okay,
do
so
that.
that you might have done that, and then some audio feature like your microphone might not be clicked on now for some
Okay.
whatever reason, and that could be it.
Okay.
Do you have an iPhone or an Android?
iPhone.
Okay, on iPhone you can just search in your settings for the app. So if you just search ChatGPT, it should come up with a list, and then click on it. And you should be able to click microphone. It's gonna be
Okay.
backwards, but there's microphone to check on or off. So,
I'll go back through and I'll look at that. I know it just asked me again to access my photos, so
and do you have Plus?
I do.
Like the pay? Okay,
Pay
then
version,
you
yeah.
should be fine.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
that was it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. Nice seeing you.
You too.
Awesome. Well, I think we are
Is that everybody?
I think that's everybody, unless somebody else decides to raise their hand. I guess we are set.
Well, thank you guys for being on here on Saturday. I know that my dad's still traveling. Like I said, when he gets back, he has so much stuff to share with you guys. Like the amount of stuff that he sends me, like a bunch of voice messages when I get up in the morning, because it's like right after they're getting dinner and stuff. And it's like, he's got so much stuff I wish I could share with you guys, but I can't, because I'm going to, one, let him do it, and two, some of it I don't think I can share with you guys. I think he's supposed to be the guy to share it with you. So
Yeah, that'll be a very exciting. I'm gonna say maybe inner circle, because obviously we got to get Robert. I think he's planning on coming back on Monday, and then of course he's got to get back into being comfortable with the time zones, and that usually takes about a day or two, especially when he's coming from the east to west.
what's Dubai's time zone like? Because I know he's gonna be over in Dallas, so that's not gonna be that big of a deal. But talk
Yeah.
about jet lag, man.
Oh, he's gonna have a fun jet lag over the next month or so. Yeah.
No, I told him, I'm like, I hope that when I'm your age that I have the level of energy you do, because I don't feel like I got it now at 32. So
Yeah, it's right now.
he just gets it, man. I don't know where he gets it.
He's 9 hours ahead right now. So
Right.
yeah. But you know what? They apparently had a very good session in Bratislava. So now they're going to chill, I guess. And he's got another day in Slovakia, and then he'll be coming home. So I'm sure he'll want to rest.
Yep, I'm excited for him to get home. I miss him. So, as I'm sure all you guys do. So,
Absolutely. Just turned 9 o'clock here in Ireland, which makes it 8 hours for you, Peter and Stuart. Or Peter Stewart. Peter and Stuart. Oh my gosh. You know what, Peter Stewart? I am sorry. I got you confused with Peter and Linda, and Stuart being a very first name too. So Peter Stewart from Ireland, thank you so very much. And I know that we had somebody saying that they were watching us on YouTube from Nigeria. Omowunmi Oluwakoya. I hope I pronounced that right. So glad that you're with us. And of course, no matter where you are, we are just happy to have you here with us today on the Ask Me Anything, or as Peter and Linda put it, ACMA. Ask Craig and Matt anything. So
I'm glad that he put ACME in there, because that's the first thing I thought of when I saw that acronym.
Yeah, ask Craig and Matt everything.
Exactly.
I'm glad that neither one of us are Wile E. Coyote, because then we would definitely be having some problems.
And I
For those of
definitely
you
do
who
not know everything. I know a minuscule amount of everything.
All right. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for joining us today on the Ask Me Anything. If you we did not have a chat really, I will post some of the things in the post description below, like the link to the playlist, which has pretty much most of what everything is that we talked about here today. So I would recommend looking at that if you haven't. That playlist is organic, as Robert has shared in the past, meaning that when Robert sees that there's something valuable, he will put it in the order that he feels is valuable. So there is that. And got to give a shout out to Coach Bob and Lisa Marie and Sandy Baker for participating. And I'm going to give a vicarious shout out to Arthur Wainio because, Arthur, we love and appreciate you. Thank you so very much. You have been a great help to everybody this week. And since you've started with the Akashics group and sharing your wins and your knowledge with all of us so that we understand. So Arthur, thank you, my friend. We appreciate you
Arthur.
and we love you. So that being said, remember tomorrow, no Imaginators. We will pick back up our schedule normally on Thursday with the Inner Circle. 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. If you are not a member of Inner Circle or Imaginators, you can join by going to roberthollis.com/join. If you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and look down below at the join button. Click on that. And then if you are still watching us on YouTube, thank you again for watching. Please hit that like button. That's that thumbs up button down below. And it will help us to spread the word to those that have ears that hear. So thank you all again for those trade stars. Look for tomorrow starting at 6 p.m. Eastern time to pick up the next round of trading. Again, be good to yourselves. Be cash. Matt Hollis, bless you, my friend. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you so much.
I mean, executive producer and
I gotta say
helping
something
us
quick.
with everything.
Craig not only is an incredible host for these and shares his own wisdom, but me and my dad have both been busy over the last week, and he has stepped up and made sure that this community keeps going, and you guys have these community group meetings and stuff to still have. Incredibly great. Thank you so much for not only setting them up and being on them, but also being a great host as Arthur was here too, because man, the stuff that I watched you guys do as I was out was incredible. So thank you both, but thank you so much, Craig, for always setting us up and making sure that the whole family's here and we're all growing. So thank you.
Thank you so very much. All right, I'm going to go ahead and open up so we can all say so long. Where's that cursor? There it is. Thank you all, everyone. Be good to yourselves. Be cash. And until next time, bye for now.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.
See you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care, everybody.
Thursday.
Arthur, Jerome, Jody, Karen, Jamie, Daniel, Donnell, Eric, Melody, Mike, Peter Stewart. Thank you all so very much. We love and appreciate you.